If you want to be great at something, you've got to commit your life to it. Certainly in a competitive environment like a sport. Because you could be better than 80% of the people, but that doesn't mean you'll be a champion.
Nope.
If you want to be a champion, you better be better than 99% of the people.
It is hard. It's hard when you're young to wake up in the off season at 6 a.m. to go train and work out, knowing that all your friends are sleeping in and eating pancakes. It's hard when you're on your way to practice, weighed down with all your gear, and it's 90 degrees out and all the other kids are at the pool or at the beach, and your body is already completely exhausted from workouts in 2-a-days. It's hard to throw, catch, block, and tackle, and hit kids when they're way bigger and way more developed than you, only to go home that night bruised and battered and strained, but knowing you have to show up again the next day for just the chance to try again. But understand this, life is hard.
You could be better than 80% of the people, but that doesn't mean you'll be a champion.
Nope.
If you want to be a champion, you better be better than 99% of the people, which requires another level of work. You could have a nice long career and be successful and everyone go, oh yeah, he was a nice player, working at 80%. But the level to get to the 99% and be better than them, well, that's another level of, physical, mental, emotional growth. Where do I need to be every day? How can I be better, like I said, in whatever area? For me, physically, I was behind. I was really good mentally. I knew the plays. I was a savant when it came to the playbook. You put the playbook in front of me, I looked at it, I saw the play, I saw the adjustments, okay, flip the page. Okay, I say, yep, I got that.
I have another good friend, and again, he says the fish just don't jump in the boat. Meaning you better go out there and do it yourself. Don't fucking wait around and wait for someone to hand deliver something. Go make it happen. The fish don't just jump in the boat. If you want to go catch them, go catch them. Throw that line in the water and go do some work. And if it doesn't work that day, do it again the next day. So, and I think the procrastination, that's probably not good for any of us. I think we want to go out there and do it, go out there and make it happen.
Some days it gets tough.
It does,
Some days it gets tough.
And I think the part of it, that noble mentality is, fuck your tired body, fuck that unmotivated mind, and get out there and do it anyway. You better fight yourself, because you're not only winning when things are going your way. You got to figure out how to win when things aren't going your way. You got to figure out when your body's fighting you, when your mind's fighting you. How do you still, just say, fuck it, I'm gonna beat my mind today? Or do you just give in to your mind and say, oh, I'm tired today, I'm lazy, I don't want to do it, it's too hard, no one else is doing it, it's a weekend, it's too late, these are already off hours, oh, exactly what I want isn't happening right now. Like, okay, great. You know who that's great for? Your competition. You want that attitude to permeate the people that you're competing against. You want them to give in. You want them to say, oh, it's too hard, I can't do it. But you want to be the one that says, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. I know I don't feel good today, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to prove to myself that even on days that it doesn't feel right, I push myself. The only way to gain confidence in yourself is to build something. It's not to wait for it to happen. Hey, Vic, your life just happened in front of you. Just show up today and make it happen with Tom. No, you had to do a lot of shit today to get to this day that no one really knows except you. So that's why you appreciate it.
No matter who you are, there are bumps and hits and bruises along the way. And my advice is to prepare yourself, because football lessons teach us that success and achievement come from overcoming adversity, and that team accomplishment far exceeds anyone's individual goals. To be successful at anything, the truth is you don't have to be special. You just have to be what most people aren't. Consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. No shortcuts. If you look...
For me, anger was good. Anger was good because it was motivating. The more I could create an enemy, the more I wanted to go out and kill those guys.
Yeah.
I kind of want to talk to you about emotional, because emotion and operating under fire is very difficult.
Yeah.
Tom, when I would fight, I would run to the octagon every time. And everybody go, why do you run? Why do you run? I found that because of the way the UFC comes through the curtain,
Yeah.
you are in front of all these people
Yeah.
and they want to touch you.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was too much energy for me
Yeah.
to absorb before I went into a combat environment. So I ran to avoid people almost taking some of what I needed that I knew I would need inside of that octagon.
Yeah.
I'm like turning sideways and shit so that people
Yeah.
don't touch me. Because I feel like every time someone slaps your hand, you give them a little bit of yourself.
Yeah.
And all that needs to be dedicated to what's happening inside the octagon.
Yeah.
Tommy, you'd run out and you'd go, let's fucking go.
Yeah, for sure.
And I always wondered,
Yeah.
is that a little bit of a release because you come from the tunnel
Yeah.
and you got 100,000 and it's just energy.
Yeah.
And when you would scream, let's go,
Yeah.
were you trying to kind of like, I gotta get rid of this, recenter, let's go. Like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
When you would run? Because everybody says it. And it became like a real thing. I did it on the scale.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that it settled me.
Yeah.
It was almost primal. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Get some of this shit out of me.
Yeah.
Now let's go do my job.
Yeah.
Did you feel that?
Absolutely. It was like a great regulator. And I think you could if I was too high, I could burn a little of that energy
Yep.
off and then settle in. And if my energy was a little too low, it would bring me right up. And I always wanted that as my baseline. Like, okay, where am I at today? Like, I know where I need to be at to really lock in.
Yeah.
And I know what I need to feel. And I would feel that in the locker room. I always listen to the same music and I would always try to hit the beats at the right time. It wasn't OCD-ish, but I wanted a similar pattern of warm up.
I did
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Bro, I literally would put my shorts on the chair in the same exact
Yeah.
way. Tom, I from my weight cut to my clothes off at the octagon, it always had to be because it's a process.
Yeah.
We're not freestyling out here.
Yeah, and maybe part of it was there was a lot of areas where we did have to freestyle, so we wanted to lock in a few certainties.
Yep.
Because when the game happened or when the fight happened, it was unpredictable. But I didn't want unpredictable before the game.
Nope.
And then unpredictable during the game. Let's try to get the prediction stuff right.
That is what separates you from everyone else. I say this, and it was kind of my mantra,
Yeah.
embrace the grind.
Yeah.
That was my thing. T-shirts, everything. Embrace the grind.
Yeah.
I think watching and studying up on you, your work ethic, it's honestly, man, people ask me, how do you do it? And I'm like, well, I don't want to be normal. I don't want to be normal.
Yeah.
I've excelled in sport and I want to excel at life. I watch your show in Birmingham.
Yeah.
In the work, you're flying to England, coming back, calling the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You talked about that as a kid,
Yeah.
but you are still carrying that work ethic now.
Yeah.
Why is that so important?
I think because we never you grew up as a kid in Louisiana, you didn't know what you were going to become. Did you ever think you'd be
No.
a true champion in life and then get these amazing opportunities? And it's when you get them, you're like, how can I say no to this?
Yes.
This is a dream come true. And it's sometimes it maybe feel a little overwhelming for us because, yeah, it is work. And again, I never mind work. I always enjoy feeling fulfilled with part of the day. But you're also looking at people would dream of this opportunity.
Yes.
And I want to get out there and take advantage of it and do it. And you do such a great job broadcasting. You've done it for a long time. How the joy you guys bring to that telecast and you and Joe and just the camaraderie you have. And it adds so much. And now I get to be in broadcasting, watching the thing that I love, that I studied, and I appreciate the nuance of it and how hard it is. And it's not easy.
Yeah.
I saw it every day. There's an appreciation that even though I was really good at it, I was good at it because I worked really hard at it. And if I look down there on the field and I see guys that are fucking up all the time, I know they're not working hard.
Yeah.
So it's not that blows me away. What blows me away is the guys that I can probably relate to a little bit more, that have been obsessed about, achieving their dreams, that have shown a lot of resilience in their career. I like that guy.
Yeah.
I like that guy because that guy, he's earned it and he's put a lot on the line. There's a lot of sacrifices made. And I always think there's something about contact sports, and I appreciate this about really MMA and certainly hockey.
Yeah.
It's if you're not prepared, and it's football, there's a physical toll.
Yep.
You can't fuck around and find out.
No.
If you're not training right, you're gonna pay the biggest price. Yeah.
Regardless of how it happened.
Yeah.
Drew Bledsoe gets hurt, okay. You got us as a big underdog? Okay, I'ma show you.
Yeah.
Just like I've shown you time and time again.
Yeah.
The hard work is there, the mentality's there, the smarts are obviously there. But when you're in all of these moments, when that big opportunity does show itself,
Yeah.
how do you make sure that you're ready for it and you take advantage of it?
Yeah, I think it's like a lot of the opportunities, you know, my friend always says, like, a lot of people missed opportunities because they're dressed in overalls and it looks like work.
Yeah.
And the reality is like, when I stepped onto the field as a professional after 9/11, and I got a chance to go lead a team, that's not when, you know, I turned the light switch on.
Yeah.
Preparing for an opportunity. And then I got it in that moment. And all along the way, like when I got to Michigan, there was a great saying that our practice facility was on this street called State Street. And then there was stadium was like about a mile up the road. And it was always like, you better learn to be a State Street quarterback before you become a big house quarterback.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's never about that moment, it's about what led you to that moment. And through my work with Greg Harden, the sports psychologist, he would say, when you go out on the practice field and you run a 2-minute drill and they put you in there in practice, you treat that fucking drill like it's a game-winning drive against Ohio State. Like, I don't want to hear this, it's only practice. I don't want to hear it's like, didn't matter because nobody was watching. It needs to matter as much to you on that practice field as it does when you do it on the game field. And it was a like eye-opening experience for me. And again, I had these different mentors and I had other quarterbacks in the room that treated the same way because that was the culture of that position at Michigan. And I was so lucky. I mean, I chose Michigan.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that's what the foundation of that program was built on. Bo Schembechler used to say, the team, the team, the team. And I was like, I'm all about the team. And then I'm around these quarterbacks that are like, with Elvis Gerbach, who was a great pro quarterback, and Todd Collins and Jim Harbaugh. There was a great history of quarterbacks. So we were all trying to live up to the standard that those guys set. So when I came into that quarterback room, I felt like, all right, I gotta be the guy that they were. So I gotta do the same things that they were taught. So I became that State Street quarterback. In my work with Greg Harden, I went out there on practice days and treated them like game days. And when they put me in for a 2-minute drill, even if I was third on the depth chart or second on the depth chart, if we scored, I celebrated like it was like we won, like we beat Ohio State.
Yeah.
So all my teammates are kind of looking around like, man, this fucking guy is serious.
Yeah.
Like it's a big moment. Like Wednesday in October for me was a big day. And then, so that when it became the big moment, I already been in the big moment. I'd been in a moment a lot. And it's like, you try to like, there's a big problem in the NFL. It's like, you play the game on Sunday, but everybody, all these players in the NFL, they want it easy Monday through Saturday. And then Sunday gets really hard.
Yeah.
And the program that I was involved in for 20 years, and the good programs in the NFL, it's really hard Monday through Saturday. And then Sunday, it's fun, and it's not easy, but it's fun and enjoyable, but you're prepared for the test.
Yeah.
But most people, we don't want to be pushed. I would say most people don't want to be pushed that hard.
Yeah.
They want to be pushed to their level of comfort.
Yep.
And once they're outside their comfort zone, they're like, oh, I'm not used to this. Oh, I don't like this. My heart's beating too fast. Or, man, I'm feeling different feelings and emotions. And it's like, that's where the growth lives. You need coaches that push you outside of your comfort zone because that's how you grow and that's how you begin to develop self-confidence and self-esteem in what you're doing.
Yeah.
You try, you fail. They push you to deal with the failure. You get another chance to go out and practice it. Then you succeed and you realize, oh, that's what I need to do differently the next time. Mm-hmm. As opposed to the athletes who try something that's hard, they fail, and now it discourages them from trying the same thing that's hard again.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of teammates like that. Like, there's guys that are on the practice squad in the NFL. So there's 53, and I learned this, again, over a period of years, but there's 53 guys on the active roster. And there's now 15 guys on the practice squad. So there's 68 players. But those practice squad players are important because if anybody on the active roster gets hurt, they can get elevated to the squad. Well, there was times where these 15 guys would do really well in practice. And they'd be practicing and you'd be like a scout team receiver. And I saw this happen a lot. These scout team receivers would come in and practice with, the scout team. And they do really well. And I'd be watching, I'm like, man, we got to get that guy. Like, let's get him up on offense. He's making a lot of plays. That's Darrelle Revis he's getting open on.
Yeah.
Like, we got to do something. Then all of a sudden, we're like, hey, man, you're doing really well. You got to come over here and deal with the pressure of succeeding now that you have expectation. And these guys are like, they weren't prepared for it. So whatever we saw in practice against where there was not a lot of pressure, now when they're put in a situation where there's an expectation for performance, they've never had to personally deal with that, and then they fail. And then what I realized was a lot of guys in those practice squads, they don't want to be elevated to the roster. They're very happy living this life where they could tell their family and friends, which I had no problem with that. Like, there's no problem. Like, you would just assume, though, that if you're on the practice squad, you'd want to be at the top. But the reality is a lot of guys don't want the pressure of dealing with top. And even I would say, like, getting to the playoffs and winning a Super Bowl, there's another level of scrutiny when you lose a Super Bowl. It's really painful to lose a Super Bowl. And I lost 3 of them. And those are the 3 hardest losses of my life. But you can't win the Super Bowl unless you're in the Super Bowl. But if you're in the Super Bowl, you have a chance to lose the Super Bowl. So it's like, do those defeats crush you? And do they feel like there's such a burden that you can't overcome them? And I think I'm proud of the fact that even though we lost some that were very important, we always found ways to come back and like look at, okay, what was our process for that? And then how can we improve it? So if we put ourselves back in that situation, we can succeed. Had I been a top draft pick, I don't know, would my work ethic be the same? Would I think, well, I don't know, maybe I'm better than these guys. Maybe I could skip that day, or because you know why? I've seen so many guys do that at this point. All the guys that
all the best ones.
I know, it's like the guys that usually have the most talent never had to develop the work ethic, and they never had to really deal with adversity. Like, and I look at the pro level now, and now that I'm 48 and I'm part of football and I'm part of a team, and I want to see what guys are made of when it doesn't go their way. Like, fuck when it goes well and everyone's patting you on the back, or you get a contract, or you make all the money that you want, or it's like, how about when you throw 3 interceptions in a game? I want to hear what you say to the media after that.
Yes.
Because that's going to tell me about who you are. Are you going to say, what was this guy's fault, or that guy was a play caller, or be passive aggressive? Or are you going to take ownership and say, you know what, like, it was my fault. I messed up, and I'm going to make sure that I don't do that again. And I'm going to show you guys, my teammates, my coaches, that through my work ethic and my attitude, that I'm actually going to put my actions behind my words. And when I've had teammates that do that, that's when we've had the best teams. Like, you know, you're my receiver and I'm the quarterback, and we fuck up a ball. And the first thing I say is, hey, my fault, man. I'll make a better throw. And then if you say, no, I gotta run a better route, then I know you got chemistry.
Yeah, we're locked in.
But if I'm like,
this
guy can't, and you're going, this guy can't throw. And I see it all the time. And you're just like, okay, it's never gonna work.
You're going into your last year, and you're still competing for a spot.
Totally.
There's gotta be some pride in that, though. Knowing that you went out and earned that position.
Yeah, and I think, like, when I look back at high school, it's like, didn't start as a freshman, had to work really hard to even make the team my second year, okay, became the starter. Then I tried out for varsity, had to work really hard to be the starter on varsity, had to work really hard my 4th year to get recruited, make it to Michigan. I'm 7th on the depth chart, but because I loved it, I never minded working hard. I never minded, like, working on my throwing mechanics, working on my drops, going in the weight room and trying to be a little bit stronger, be a little more sturdy in the pocket, eating a little bit better as time went on. And then it's like, okay, at Michigan, you go from 7th to now going to my 2nd year, and I'm kind of like, maybe this Michigan is too much for me, you know? And I questioned myself for a little bit, because I was like, I'm like 3rd or 4th on the depth chart. The guy who's the starter is only 1 year ahead of me, so maybe I'll never play here if he plays good, because the coaches seem to love him. And there was a sports psychologist that came into my life. His name was Greg Harden, and Greg unfortunately passed away. And he was a mentor for me, but a lot of other great athletes at Michigan, Michael Phelps and Desmond Howard. And he would always call it like self-defeating attitudes and behaviors, and that we all have them. And we all have the poor me, I'm not getting my chance, let me blame someone else.
Yep.
And it was like, he was like, I'm tired of that shit. Like, fucking knock that off. Like, you ain't dealing with that anymore. Like, you're gonna come in here, I'm gonna start working with you, we're gonna change your fucking attitude.
That inner bitch, you gotta kick him in the ass.
All the time.
You gotta kick, because we all have it. That inner one, that inner bitch starts going, hey, I'm here, you gotta put your foot in his ass and get him out of there.
Yeah, always. And it was like, it always creeps into your mind, especially when you're, okay, let's say you're a California kid and you're kind of babied by everybody. Then you go to the Midwest and it's cold. But it was before the cell phones. Like, you couldn't just pick up the cell phone and call your parents. And they were a long way. You're out there on your own. You need to grow up. You need to start assuming responsibility for life. And then if you don't have a lot of champions for you, then you better become a champion for yourself, and you better like try to develop confidence within yourself so that you can grow up and be the kind of person or player or student or whatever you want to be. You don't have to be an athlete. You got to do what you want in your life. And everyone, I mean, you wanted to be a great wrestler. You wanted to be a great MMA champion. Like, that's up to you. Like, and now you had a lot of people to support you, but that had to be like, when you wake up in the morning, like, you're probably thinking about, submissions. You're probably thinking about, like, all right, if I fight that guy, this is how I'm gonna handle it. For me, I was brushing my teeth in the morning, thinking about my throwing mechanics. I'm like looking in the mirror, like, okay, if I want to, look this guy off, this is what I'm gonna do. And there was like just a great, I'd call it like a metamorphosis in a good way. You got to change over time. You're constantly changing as a result of the experiences that kind of come in front of you. And I'm very blessed that things didn't go my way for my high school career that weren't easy. In my college career, I almost think about leaving my sophomore year. My junior year, my third year, I'm the backup and we win the national championship. Then I go into my fourth year and I'm competing my ass off with a true freshman. And I'm like, how am I competing? I'm thought I was better. I probably wasn't that much better, but maybe a little bit. And maybe I should thought I was better than I was, but that's not like I had some great year in my fourth year. And then going into my last year, they named me team captain. But I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be a pro quarterback. But of course, no one else probably thought that. And I had a pretty good senior year. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get drafted in like the second or third round. And I get drafted in the sixth round. But
you're in high school and you're not starting for a long time. How do you stay the course whenever success isn't showing itself?
I think we all had a unique journey to get to where we're at. And I think, and I've been around thousands of football players, just teammates and people that you see come from all parts of the country. And they have all different, some are 5-star recruits, some are barely recruited. Some get to the NFL as undrafted free agents, some are first-round picks. And the blessing for me in so many ways as a young athlete was I was never like the kid that was like, hey, that's the one that's gonna make it to the NFL. I was always the one that they were like, yeah, he's talented, but maybe he can go to a Division II school. And I had like I would say I was a late bloomer pretty much as an athlete. And I think all the kids were physically always a bit better than I was. And I was just young. I didn't really mature into my body. Like, I didn't start shaving until I was like a senior in high school.
Really?
Yeah, I was just like always kind of behind physically. And because I was behind physically, and I always had a work ethic, but it really made me work hard